The manager's voice echoed through the store, loud, cruel, humiliating. A young black cashier stood frozen, being torn apart in front of customers for a mistake he didn't make. No one spoke up. No one helped except one man, silent, watching from aisle 5, dressed in old jeans and a hoodie. No one knew who he really was, yet. But when he stepped forward, what he said flipped the store upside down. This isn't just a story about racism, it's a story about reckoning. Welcome, story lovers. Comment your city if you're watching this right now. Every day after school, 19-year-old Malik clocked in at the grocery store, where he worked as a cashier. He was the kind of employee every store needed. Hardworking, respectful, and always on time. But behind his polite smile hid exhaustion and quiet pain. Malik was used to being ignored by customers, but it was the manager, Mr. Kramer, who made his shifts unbearable, nitpicking, shouting, and treating him like he didn't belong. Friday nights were always the worst. Lines out the door, tempers high. But tonight, someone different was in line. A quiet man in a faded hoodie, pushing a small cart and watching closely. Malik didn't notice him. He was too focused on staying out of trouble. But trouble had already arrived. Something was about to happen on aisle 3. Something that would turn a regular workday into the kind of moment people talk about for years. It started with a spilled bottle of juice. A kid had knocked it over, and Malik quickly stepped from behind the register to clean it. Before he could even grab paper towels, Mr. Kramer stormed out of his office. "What are you doing?" he barked. "Get back to the register," Malik explained softly. But Kramer didn't care. In front of at least a dozen customers, he yelled, "You can't even clean a mess? Maybe this job's too much for you." The store went silent. Phones didn't come out. Eyes turned away. Everyone pretended it wasn't happening, except one man, the quiet man. He stepped out of line and walked toward the scene. Kramer glanced at him. "Can I help you?" But the man didn't answer. He simply looked at Malik. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. Malik nodded, shaken. The man turned to Kramer. "Interesting. I've seen enough." He reached into his pocket, pulled out his wallet, and revealed a black business card. Kramer frowned. "What is this?" The man smiled slightly. "Elijah Morgan, CEO of this entire grocery chain. And I just witnessed how you treat your staff." Panic flashed across Kramer's face. "Sir, I had no idea." Elijah cut him off. "Exactly. You had no idea I was watching. Just like you had no idea how damaging your behavior has been. But that ends now." Elijah turned to the entire store and spoke. Not with anger, but with quiet power. This young man was humiliated for doing his job while helping a customer, and not one person said a word. He turned to Malik. "You deserve better, and you're going to get it." Within minutes, Kramer was suspended on the spot. Elijah personally escorted him out of the building. Then he handed Malik a folded letter. Inside was a full ride, scholarship offer, and an invitation to join the company's mentorship program. Malik stood frozen, overwhelmed. He wasn't invisible anymore. He had been seen, heard, and valued for the first time. Dear audience, if you're feeling that too, don't forget to like this video. It truly helps us tell more stories like this. Malik didn't just get promoted, he got power. He became a leader in his store, mentoring new employees and ensuring no one else would face what he did. The story went viral internally across the company, prompting major changes in employee training, racial bias awareness, and accountability. But it did more than that. It reminded people that the real test of character is how we treat those with less power than us. And sometimes justice walks in quietly, wearing sneakers and a hoodie. So ask yourself, if you saw someone being humiliated like Malik, would you stay silent? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.